So, I've been playing a decent amount of Marvel Rivals lately, much to the dismay of my social life and time outside. But this isn't all bad. I have enjoyed mastering a small collection of characters, namely the Empathy Alien, the Old Metalhead, and some knockoff Neon Genesis Evangelion character. The character interactions are super fun, the maps are creative, and the gameplay is overall refreshing, with balance that's focused around the fun of the game first, and the competitive side second. Which reminds me, they also have a really cool ranked system. I've been enjoying playing ranked and grinding to hit new highs, spending time solo queuing or queuing with mates, it's a great time. There's just one problem. I kinda suck at ranked. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm still having tons of fun, but when I'm creating content about a character like Penny, who, granted, I do have 21,000 proficiency points above Lord, but that's beside the point, it isn't the best for optics when my highest rank is Grandmaster 3. So, I made myself a promise, and this video is the start of that promise. I want to suck at ranked less. That's why I'm starting this Road to Ranked series, where I play through the ranks and talk through the games I've played to gain elo, analyze both wins and losses, and then actually apply what I've learned later in the series. This is going to be a series that also highlights certain characteristics of the average players and teams that you see at each rank, and should therefore hopefully also be a useful guide for you, yes, even you Kyle, to rank up and improve alongside me. As a little aside, this is going to be filmed entirely on Australian ranked servers, if you couldn't tell by the voice already. So it won't be one-to-one applicable with the rest of the world when it comes to player archetypes. However, this still should prove to be useful for self-improvement. Also, as I am actually a diamond ranked player, for the metal ranks I'll be playing on my alternate account, at least until we match the rank of my main, so if my name looks funny, that's why. Shout out Party Pro 15, huge inspiration for this series. But the first and highest priority is to have fun while gaming. So if you find yourself getting tilted, something I myself am very guilty of. Bruh, I was out of fucking ammo! Don't you dare. Spider-Man! I got killed by the bird from your death. You actually suck. Fuck off, Thor. Fuck! Don't forget to stand up, have some food and water, take a walk, and get your mind off the game for 5 to 10 minutes, and mentally reset. We start off strong on Burnin' T'Challa, and we can already see what awaits the now hopeful and full of life co-moment of the past. I'm blending in. No idea that I am a diamond player. As we load in, we see 4 players, including myself, insta-lock heroes. And you know what, just for the heck of it, let's do a stock take of what we have here. Alrighty, let's see, we've got a Penny. Oh, yeah, that's me. I'm confident in my abilities with her, yeah. We've got a... what is that? Oh, right, Venom. That's 2 tanks. Awesome work from the team here. We've got the start to a really solid team comp. And next to him, that's an Iron Man. You know what, good to see some damage output. Can't have only tanks after all. And then Ravioli has gone Spider-Man, getting the team up with Venom. Amazing. And then we have no healers. We have no...
Yes, the ever-present Instalocker. These fascinating creatures sit at the bottom of the ranked food chain and act as a food source for the grinders, sweats, full stacks, and the recently introduced invasive Smurf species. Instalocker is the colloquial name of the genus Selectiostatum that covers a large number of prevalent prey species in the metal habitats, namely the Selectiostatum pugnator, the Selectiostatum medicae, and the Selectiostatum murus, although the pugnator, more commonly known as the DPS, makes up a larger portion of that population. These players are unlikely to evolve beyond their role while in a bronze environment, and pose a significant threat to the Lusor Novum, the new players. While they do pose a marginal threat to all other species in the ecosystem, they do loudly signal their attacks while in this environment, as they are yet to learn how to master them.
Priceless!
And with that understanding of these players, we can make our lives a lot easier. Ultimately though, we are in bronze, so it's probably going to be fairly chill, regardless of who's on our team or not. And I was still surprised going into my first game. Take these clips from round 1 of game 1.
It has been a minute since I've been in a bronze lobby, and now I know why. Why are you still holding when you're that low? And she went invisible and then immediately dashed. Like, that's what kills your invis. You know that, right? Just pressing buttons. Oh, rocket. Oh, champion.
And look, that's not even the worst rocket beacon spot. He put it there not knowing I was up top, but our Venom was right there. But still, these lobbies are perfect to learn what your strengths and weaknesses are with your main. Traits such as good mine and nest placements are traits you want to get down pat in bronze and silver comfortably before you move on to more advanced ideas and techniques with Penny. For example, take a look at this clip, where I effectively hold point against a push, but it's a solid mine placement that gets me a free kill on the Namor.
Hey, chill. Ha! Okay.
But I was getting into some pretty bad habits myself. Take for example this push at the start of the second round, where I push in with my ult and get no one.
Jeff, hello? Oh, fuck it.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
This is an alarming ultimate use, but we'll circle back to that later. Regardless, we got the win.
I know I'm taking on the Venom, but I still need healing. There we go. Yeesh. Alright.
51 elo, and we were feeling good heading into game 2.
And yeah, died twice. Like that's how you do it, basically. Alright. Well, that is game on of Road to Ranked, I guess.
But this second game, it was more of a wake-up call than anything else. I'll let the live commentary tell the story here.
Why are there so many dive DPS in bronze, bro? Hey, team? Team, where we at? Set back up. How about that, huh? Hell no, get off. Fuck you. Hey, good lord. I mean, shit. It feels like I did absolutely everything I could there.
So, what happened? Well, first and foremost, I had the opportunity to dominate as Penny against a triple dive comp, but largely played quite passively, and the Magneto switch wasn't really a great choice, especially considering that I wasn't warmed up on him. Then, as they were pushing close to the second checkpoint, I was more focused on my team's comp.
Yeah, hey Punisher, maybe, just maybe this isn't the game where you go DPS. Maybe it's next game. Right, like I don't think that Psylocke has ult if our what, 1 in 5 Punisher. If you've played 7 games in a row and you're still bronze 3, maybe go to play quick play, you know? I don't want to flame you. Everybody has bad games, but like, just consider it.
and wasn't playing well with my nest, or trapping, or much of anything, really. Here in this clip, I was stuck in a bad spot, didn't reposition, and got rolled by their team pushing together.
Well, it's GG.
For example, here, I was behind my Rocket and Jeff, who admittedly probably shouldn't have pushed up because I can't protect them, but worse, I see a Black Panther get behind me, only to get sidetracked hunting down a mostly harmless Iron Man on the flank, which was an instance of poor decision making. But worst of all, I didn't even get him because his healers were alive. And poor decision making is a trend that you'll see in these early games. It was admittedly quite late while I was filming these, and I felt as though I was playing down to my competition for the most part. It took less effort to win, so I put less in, making my own life harder. So, we've got 3 really common mistakes, at least for me, that we can outline from this game alone that we can take moving into this next sequence of games. But these next few games can largely be grouped together as us locking in and executing the game plan. Starting off strong in Game 3, we locked down this advanced area of Clintar on defense, and absolutely no one was breaking through this setup regardless of how hard they tried. The thing is already one of Penny's best matchups, as Dong King 88 had to learn the hard way, and already we can see the poor habits of dive DPS mains in this Psylocke, who learned that dive becomes harder when the anti-dive players have ears, and as Past Moment puts it so wisely,
Absolutely not. My healers are my healers, not your healers.
and throughout this game, we can see the reluctance from their Psylocke to switch,
Here's this same Psylocke who's just doing the same shit repeatedly.
and the disconnection from their thing halfway through.
They're playing without a player, Jesus Christ.
And this is a terrible trap for new players to fall into. And after locking them out from the first point, offense was largely uneventful, even though I was still playing Penny on offense.
Why? Because this team doesn't seem to know what a nest is, or a mine is, or a web is, or a penny is, because I really wasn't getting shot at.
One push and it was over, and we were on to game 4 fast as ever.
I mean, okay. Very underwhelming, but I'll take it.
We were forced into a healer role in game 4 due to the high number of DPS players, and it started off not the best, as our team diverted themselves away from the point and me and our Rocket got, destroyed, to say the least.
Oh my god. Okay. Shit, a brick. Hell no. Oh, not this fucking dude, bro. Why the fuck am I getting jumped by literally all of them? Hello?
However, the enemy doubled up a healer ult and a Black Panther ult when they didn't need to, and it highlighted their poor team play, something we'd be able to exploit to win the game overall. Although they did take round 1, round 2 we finally got a second tank and things were looking up. After a long and grueling teamfight, we recapture the point with my Cloak and Dagger ult, and managed to fend off the enemy even through a Lunar ult.
Holy shit, bro. There we go, ammo coming. Nice.
So we're sitting pretty well here. Although this Rocket here, yeah, he was largely able to sit unaffected throughout the entire round. So if you ever see an enemy heal botting and you're a DPS or a tank, please go get them, or at least pressure them to move from that one spot that they're in. They're likely not a huge threat, but the sustain that they can provide can win a team fight if not dealt with properly. This enemy team, and a lot of teams admittedly at the bronze level, fall into the trap of using all their ults almost simultaneously.
Tremble before
Like, on this push here, to prevent us from winning, they used Thor, Magic, and Psylocke ults. And while they did capture, they didn't have a ton to be able to stop us from capturing back.
Nice cap, nice cap, nice cap. There we go. I'll just keep ticking away at this. Okay.
But do you remember that thing that I mentioned about heal botting like, I don't know, 30 seconds ago? If you ever see an enemy heal botting and you're a DPS or a tank, please go get them. Yeah, so in this recapture of ours, their rocket was heal botting. I also tried heal botting from this ramp, got knocked off and subsequently killed by their Iron Man.
Bang! Ah.
And we lost the fight because no one breasted their rocket. It can seem so insignificant, but man can that healing make a huge difference. That's neither here nor there though, as we do manage to take back the point in this next push.
Okay. There we go. Get a double. Can I make it? Oh, baby, a triple. Gadoosh. Oh my god, can I get 4? Holy shit. All that for 1 point.
And round 3 starts with a bang. A crash, if you will, as Thor ults pretty much nobody, Luna healer ults with 0 pressure to do so, and their Psylocke ults point getting nobody with it. Ult management and timing is a serious skill that I still struggle with, so it's going to be a huge focus of this series moving forwards. Around halfway through our capture though, I do commit a heinous mistake as a support, and mistake number 3 on the road to ranked list, and that is getting tunnel visioned on this seemingly immortal Iron Man.
Please die, motherfucker.
Like, seriously, how many shots do I pump into this guy, pause, and he still doesn't die? But luckily, the only teammate to die from this terrible decision that I made was our Moon Knight from the Iron Man's ultimate. So, not an awful trade, but something I still have to work on moving forward. Even though we lose the point, a solid push with good positioning, well-timed ultimates, and a solid regrouping effort to prevent staggering wins it back, giving us the round and the game.
Just spam healing. Just do it, just do it, just do it, just do it, just do it. Oh, that's so unfortunate.
And we are on a roll, even hitting bronze 2 along with the MVP of the match. We start off game 5 on offense on Midtown. I'm solo tanking to begin with against a Scarlet Witch, Iron Man, and Punisher, so I know that it's going to be all about the angles, and I take this snaking path through and around the side buildings, actively avoiding the main sightline because I will get shredded if I stay out there, emphasized entirely by this Punisher setting up his turret out in the open in the middle of combat. God, I love low tier ranked. Anyway, after a slight technical error on my part with the Iron Man ult,
I thought my right click would be back. I'm not gonna lie. Was it? Roll the footage.
a really solid penny ult helps my team take the space for the first capture point.
360. Yaha, 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 papa. Hey Jeff, how you doing? You having a great day? I'm having a great day. You having a great day? Hi Venom. Bye Venom. Ba-ba-da-boopy.
And we get right through to point 2, where I see the following happen. 1. After we capture the point, their Jeff ults behind the point. 2. At the same time, in the same place, their Luna ults, and I genuinely could not tell you why. 3. After chasing and killing the Jeff who spat everybody out here, for some reason, their Scarlet Witch ults outside our spawn. And the worst part is that it kills 2 teammates? Oh god, I hate low tier ranked. Look, it's fine though. All works out and we keep pushing forward and capture the second point almost uncontested, as it seems their whole team is in love with the flank routes.
Okay, you know what? No, I'm not. Cont, what are you doing? Fella sat there like a good boy waiting for it. You're about to sit down like a good boy waiting for it.
Although, we do see a nice little moment of growth already, as this Jeff tries to run and hide and play distraction, and I nearly get caught chasing him, and ignore him, and instead help my teammates finish off this Venom, a much more valuable target. Tunnel vision no more, as I am home free and I will never—
I did it again, didn't I? I did it again, yep.
Although, in my defense, I did actually kill the Iron Man this time. And we do capture, giving us a final time of 46 seconds left on a full push. Now, all we have to do is lock them out on first to win. So, I get there early and set up hyper aggressively to just hold the point at their spawn. And honestly, it doesn't go awfully, as we waste 30 seconds holding them at the door. All the while, my internet is having a good time shooting itself in the foot. I do use my ultimate poorly enough here to allow them to capture the first point, because honestly, at this point, my brain was fried.
It's Sparta time! Fuck up their backline. Oh shit, they pushed it past me. Fuck! I didn't even realize. I promise you I'm a lot better than this. I swear.
The second point was a lot of push and shove and hard holds and strong pushes, but it wasn't actually all that interesting. It kind of just went past and got over with quickly. Editing moment here. Although this second point wasn't particularly interesting, if you are interested in seeing the full second point as well as all of the raw footage from Road to Ranked, go check out my second channel at co_mormont. That is where all of the Road to Ranked raw footage will be uploaded, along with a couple of other extra tidbits and special videos there. And then we're at the third point here, where in this clip you can see I make the correct call after respawning to fall back and stay with my team, as there's no way to hold all 6 of the enemies off alone, so I prevent myself from staggering. Hooray me! And although this Iron Man does distract me again for a little bit,
quit getting distracted!
We do secure the round with a solid hold and win Game 5.
Oh my god.
Game 6 takes place on Hall of Dajalia, and the Iron Man from last game is on our team this time, which is good because dude was a solid mosquito. And take a look at this clip to start the game off.
Yeah, we've also played. Oh, they've got a penny that knows the lineup. That's funny as hell. It's alright, because I'll damage him back. I didn't get a kill. There we go.
I'm killing
A
it.
solid nest hold gets them forced into main. But the team wasn't ready for it, so the enemies pushed in and they took first comfortably.
Oh, champion. I'm gonna back the fuck up. Okay. Oh, hell nah. Oh.
Then our team didn't really regroup to deal with the enemy pushing through on second. take a look at these clips here.
Time for some fireworks.
Maybe,
And with a poor ult on my part, they pushed right up to a meter from the checkpoint. A good call out from our rocket though,
Group up, reset. That was a group.
and we do recapture the point, leaving it with 2 centimeters before we ultimately thwart their push.
literally 2 centimeters. There we go, come on, come on. There we go, capped it. Nice. Fat. Fat. Fat.
Now, I have played so poorly on this defense, so how am I going to shake it up to be able to take the offensive power to the next level?
I hope I make him proud. You'll need a top-notch team to win this one.
I go Luna for some reason. I think it was to give our name all the team up bonus, but honestly, I am not sure. Like, I am not even that good at Luna. And this switch doesn't have the effect that I intend it to. Take a look at this clip here, where once our Venom goes down on the first push, we kinda stall out because we don't have another tank.
A nice deep freeze.
Whoops. But look, we change angles and try pushing main, only to get multiple ultimates stuffed right in our face.
I'm dead. I'm burned. 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 Fuck.
So, naturally, I try to push in from an off angle and ult onto point.
I'm gonna ult in on point. 3, 2, 1.
I am ready to put on a show.
Before realizing that Luna isn't working and hop back onto Penny.
Okay, yeah, okay. Fuck this.
Naturally, this helps us immediately capture the point.
Hold off like fucking 5 times.
Got him.
Nice.
This begs the question, why? Well, look, when you switch, it has to be for a reason. Either you're getting countered, the hero you're playing isn't working, or the hero that you're playing is worse on offense or defense. And while it is true that Penny is worse on offense, I should have switched to a different tank, not a third healer who I also kinda suck at. Switching back to something more familiar helped me get back into rhythm, fill the tank role, and provide more HP to the team, ultimately managing the push better. This next point really only matters to other Penny mains, but it is also valuable information for certain heroes like Squirrel Girl, Moon Knight, and the Sniper Trio. But constantly switching the off angle that you're shooting from is super valuable in keeping a retreating enemy on the back foot. Here, in this push, I'm switching from the left and right sides to maintain an angle that the enemy isn't prepared for.
Fireworks.
And because they're not prepared for it, this ultimate here manages to seriously disrupt their main hold. A trap gets the Hela after her ultimate ends, and we comfortably push through main to take the game.
Go. Yeah, I'm with this. Venom stand still, heal you up.
Thor's trying to flank behind, but he's too slow. That's gonna be game. Just kidding. GG, fellas.
GG.
Final score. 3, 2.
We've reached Bronze 1 now, and we keep rolling straight into the final game of this win streak. Learning from Game 5, solo tanking on Midtown as Penny is only so effective, let alone on offense. So, deciding against it, I pick up Magneto again to force the issue for the opposition. But I immediately revert back to playing the off angles, when really I should be frontlining to protect my supports. Another issue I see upon analysing this game is that I'm behind my DPS half the time on this first point, which is a solid nope. As a tank, you are the shield. Make your healer's job easier by letting them focus on only you, not you and your DPS because you can't protect your DPS. But this gameplay wasn't all tragic. In this clip here, I snuffed the Cloak and Dagger ult with a dunk so hard Daddy LeBron himself would be proud.
Fuck you.
And we roll right on through the checkpoint. On this second point, I do quite well in staying frontline and protecting my Punisher as he ults,
Enjoy.
although he himself does overpush and subsequently dies. Making the decision that my DPS can handle this Groot and Jeff combo that tries flanking behind, I once again frontline our push as we capture uninhibited.
Gadoosh.
The enemies pop a number of ults, but popping after the point has been captured is largely a waste. And without those ults to protect them, we just push through and capture last without them stopping us once. Defense now, which means it's penny time. And we once again roll out and set up super aggressively, although it isn't as effective as the last time as we have to retreat to a scrambling defense. And although they do take advantage of it to push up as far as this bridge, they don't get any further, as some solid target priority, a nice triple KO, and some good ults to maintain the space gets us a huge victory.
And there we have it. GG, fellas.
So, what did we learn from this win streak? What works and what doesn't? Well, from what we've seen so far, the highest points can be seen when ultimate abilities are timed right, which is a product of training your game sense. Or, in other words, your ability to comprehend both the macro of the state of the game and the micro of the interactions you have with every other player. Also, from a trained game sense, target priority is a huge bonus when used correctly. Targeting out-of-position tanks, vulnerable supports, and overconfident DPS is a consistent combo that leads to wins. There are also some penny-specific traits that really work, such as good mine traps, as a good trap can either eliminate the right target at just the right time, force a push to be delayed, or get somebody low enough for your team to finish off. In that same train of thought, nest placements and the value that your nest provides to your team cannot be understated. Keeping it protected but also active is a tight line to walk, and balance is paramount. Finally, playing the off angles and utilizing Penny's busted movement abilities and tech to get to hard to reach places or surprising unprepared enemies from unexpected angles is a great way to provide value on King of the Hill maps or on offense on payload maps. What I've seen that doesn't work regularly throughout not only this win streak, but my time in Bronze can largely be lumped into two categories: ultimate mismanagement and team play. Mismanaging ultimate abilities can look like a number of things, from poor timing to poor aim or placement, to having a one-track line of thinking with how it's intended to affect the game, or worst of all, doubling up similar ultimates. Now, don't get me wrong, ultimate combos are a great thing. Groot and Moon Knight, Groot and Namor, Groot and Iron Man, Groot and... Hold on, wait a minute. But that has to be with ultimates that don't do the same job. Doubling up a Cloak and Dagger ultimate and an Invisible Woman ultimate can legitimately throw games in the worst scenarios. So make sure your communication is high with your team if you've got multiple ultimates that do the same thing. Ultimates are just another resource to effectively manage. I was, very hopeful heading into Game 8. Roll the clip.
Win this and we should go up to silver, and that should be it. Theoretically.
With a Cap as my second tank, I need to play a lot closer to my team and more like a traditional shield tank to be able to effectively hold the point. But instead of that, I immediately dive into their backline and get a pick before dying and blaming my team.
Oh, brother, why'd you take the fucking health back? Stay by your healers, you're meant to be a backline. What is that crosshair?
Tilt, folks. It works wonders, as this was 1,000,000% my fault. Switching to Magneto after dying again as Penny, I'm doing my best to hold the front line, but it is rather futile, as we don't have a lot of synergy. Our Cap was constantly diving with very little value, our DPS and healers were constantly split up, and Mag gets mad bullied by Thor. Although in this clip, this ult was a really nice means of shutting down their Punisher trainer, well... And we're one and done on the capture point this round, as after we get pushed off, there's no hope at reclaiming it, and that's round 1 over. Trying my best to maintain composure and civility with my DPS, I tried bargaining with our Hawkeye in the pre-round lobby.
I'm gonna say this, and I don't want it to come off as though I'm trying to be mean, but I don't feel like Hawkeye is the play here. I feel like you should probably switch it up, try a different DPS, or try maybe like a third tank or a third healer. But I don't feel like potentially this game is going to be the best for Hawkeye.
To no avail.
Are we just gonna stick with Hawkeye? Or could we go a tank, or...
Yeah, shock fucking horror! And in this clip here, I'm low after this first push. So I head into this side room as our Cloak and Dagger and their Luna both ult. But as the dust settles, I'm completely surrounded. Like, literally, where the hell did my team go? And this screenshot here really highlights it. Cloak and Dagger has ulted in, and half the team was standing back and far away, rather than taking the space that their ult created. And it just goes from bad to worse, as we can barely even hold the safe room that looks onto the point. And, as is the story with these late games, I ulted at a poor time, and then their Punisher gets an ultimate off for free.
No more.
Although, Past Moment has a different opinion.
This dude does not know what he's doing, this SB Nexus guy. This is not a particularly difficult team that we're facing, and he's just folding under the most minimal amounts of pressure.
In a cruel and unusual twist of fate, the next game pits us against the player from last game that I had, at the time, deemed the problem, which again, I have to reiterate, is an unfair label. So I did regardless feel as though I had something to prove, emphasized by Dark Skylight calling it out in the chat as the doors dropped. And I won't lie, we've seen this tale before. This setup spot on Clintar's defense is a killer against an unprepared team, and we hold with little to no real resistance, with my gameplay loop falling into shooting down the main choke point until my mines recharge, followed immediately by setting up a mine trap, and rinse repeat. When my nest eventually goes down to this Moon Knight ult, now is their chance to push through. But little do they know that I have my ultimate ready to use if they get close to pushing through. But they fizzle out once more. Dark Skylight does try backcapping, but I snuff him out with the support of our Luna. Grains22, my GOAT.
What can I say? Star power.
Dark ended up being the only player that touched the point for them that round, unfortunately, and offense rolls around once again.
The current score is 0-0.
I flank behind, as I like to do, and pay attention to this clip in particular here, where I set up a mine trap on this ramp. I promise you, that'll be relevant very shortly. And I spot a Penny on the enemy team, so the first thing I look to shoot is her nest. Penny's nest is her personal support, and I need to help protect my teammates, so it will always be my target priority. And they do just let their nest go down, so now I know I have some time to get myself set up as a thorn in their side while my team pushes down main. Now, Dark Skylight is still aware of me, and tries jumping me up top before my nest pressures him off. And do you remember that mine trap that I asked you to pay attention to? Well, Dark Skylight manages to walk straight into it. Which is immediately followed up by this Moon Knight kinda materializing on my nest out of nowhere, and getting subsequently dematerialized by my Spider Drones. Now, with no Penny and no Moon Knight, they stand absolutely no chance as we win the game, and are now just one win away from hitting silver. And I'd have no better opportunity than on Shin Shibuya. And what's better is that we're starting on offense, meaning I'll know exactly what point I'll defend to the end in round 2. And this round is filled with staples from the night. EthoSG, Dark Skylight, Savage Snowwheel are all on my side, as we try to best Jeff Heal Me Please, Grains22, my GOAT, and Dirty Soap. The first thing I notice is that they are pushed up way too aggressively to start this map off, which we take advantage of, steamrolling their tanks and supports, and taking the first point within a minute of the game starting. With the momentum, we push through this awfully choky corridor on second, while the defense is still retreating, and we set up at this advanced position, ulting in to disrupt their backline even more and make the push even easier, which is how it stays until we capture. I'd also like to give a special shout out to Trivial CVE, who has been gotten by not one, but 2 mine traps in this game so far. And honestly, I think you can all see where this is heading, so forget the commentary and let's let the gameplay speak for itself.
It's spider time!
So yeah, we steamrolled them on offense. But this would not be as easy of a game to finish as you may think it would be. After letting them capture 2 segments of the first point in record time, we do recover and get a foothold back on the point. But this would only last for so long. The team was disjointed and constantly getting distracted by this little shit, a pre-nerf DPS Jeff just roaming our backline. And then we all got ulted. Don't listen to anyone that complains about the Jeff rework. I will never not be happy that they took the DPS Jeff playstyle out back and shot it. But Penny wasn't working in my eyes at the time.
This is not quite working.
I think she just felt weak and that having a Magneto would help deal with their support ultimates. We do get a very strong foothold on second and snuff out their push despite the best efforts of their flanking Jeff and ulting Wanda. And the Magneto switch proved to be the right call, with this Cloak and Dagger roll getting absolutely yammed on. This would prove to be the final nail in the coffin, as even with a Lunar Ultimate to take the space,
I am ready to put on a show! The final 10 seconds!
we would hold without another capture, secure the win, the MVP, and rank up to Silver 3. So, what can we confidently say that we've learned? Well, so far at least, the official Road to Ranked mistakes list looks like this. 1. Senseless switching, 2. Team comp affecting personal play, 3. Tunnel vision, and 4. Never switching. And while 1 and 4 may at first appear to contradict each other, 1 is just calling to not switch on a whim or the second that something doesn't work out perfectly, where the other one urges you to stop banging your head against the wall when something clearly isn't working as you'd hoped. Additionally, letting external factors that you can't control, such as team comp, affect your mental can be super detrimental, and will inevitably lead to more mistakes and getting more tilted, and can lead to mistakes like tunnel visioning on someone you perceive to be the source of all your problems. But we have learned a lot when it comes to what works well, at least at bronze level play, making sure our ultimates get value, respecting sightlines while playing the off angles, manipulating elevation to get the upper hand, and how to regroup and compose yourself and your team heading into the next fight. Ultimately, this is just a small stepping stone in what I am hoping can be a journey we take together. All of the raw games will be uploaded to my second channel, at co_morement. So do check that out if you'd like to see the extended tired moment scenes and or the context to certain kills and events. Additionally, if you'd like to, I have got a Ko-fi page that you can follow. It'll receive extra content, and all the financial support will be reinvested into this channel to keep producing quality content. Otherwise, thank you all so much for watching so long. This has been an absolute blast to make, and I cannot wait to see where this journey takes us. Goodbye, 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 goodbye.